You're listening to the Power Agent Blogcast, empowering agents to elevate their business to the next level.
Challenges are just a guide, leading you, don't run and hide. You've got the heart, you've got the drive, feel it pound, you're alive. Power Agent.
Welcome back to the Power Agent Blogcast. Okay, so I've heard this phrase, failing forward. What does that mean in our world in real estate?
Failing forward is like using your setbacks, those little hiccups, as data points, like pieces of information. Not the end of the world. You got to analyze them, understand what happened, and then use that knowledge to tweak your approach. For example, say you're working with a buyer for months, right? They suddenly decide to work with someone else. Instead of just wallowing in it, use it as a chance to look in the mirror.
So we should be asking questions like, what did I miss? Was there anything I could have done better?
Exactly. That's the feedback loop, you know? That's how you grow. Each time something doesn't go as planned, it's a chance to sharpen your skills. Communication, negotiation, even just managing your own time.
Right. So not about beating ourselves up. It's more like, what can we learn? We extract those lessons from each experience. But sometimes those rejections are hard, even with that positive mindset. How do we keep our motivation?
That's where your why comes in. Like, what's your purpose? You know why you're in this crazy business in the first place. It goes beyond closing deals. Think about the impact you want to make.
It's funny you say that. I know an agent, her whole why is all about helping single mothers become homeowners. It's amazing. Gives her work so much more meaning than just, commission checks.
Absolutely. When you have that strong why driving you, those rejections, they sting a little less. You're grounded in something bigger, It keeps you going.
I see it like remembering why we got into real estate in the first place. Like all those families we get to help, those dreams we get to make a reality. We're not alone in this journey, though, are we? I mean, we can learn from others, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's step number 3. Learn from other people's mistakes. That's where mentors, coaching programs, even just networking with more experienced agents, that's where the gold is.
It's like tapping into this collective wisdom, right? Those who've been through the ups and downs of the real estate roller coaster, they've learned the hard way, so we don't have to.
Imagine you have a friend who climbed Mount Everest. Wouldn't you want to ask about the toughest parts? What mistakes did they make? What challenges did they face? You want those tips so you can be better prepared for your own climb.
It's like having a map, but with all the dangerous spots already marked.
Precisely. Saves you time and headaches, right?
Right. But how do we find these mentors or these experienced agents who are willing to share?
There's tons of ways. Coaching programs that vibe with your values, industry events, just strike up conversations with agents you admire. You've got online forums, get into those discussions. The key is to be open to learning, Those connections can make all the difference. So we've talked about changing how we see those setbacks, finding our why, and learning from those who've gone before us. What's next?
Consistency. That's the bridge, Gets you from those big aha moments to actual results. Inspiration's great, but it's got to turn into action every single day.
Consistency, that's the one I struggle with. I get so fired up, go all in, then life happens, How do you build those habits so they stick?
Start with the non-negotiables, the things that have to happen in your business. What moves the needle when you do them regularly? Could be lead gen, keeping in touch with your sphere, market research, sharpening those skills. What are those must-dos for you?
Got it. So it's like setting that routine daily, weekly, and sticking to it even when you'd rather, stay in bed.
Small steps, consistent steps. Over time, it all adds up. I got it.
Like lead generation. You don't have to make 100 calls in a day. How about connecting with 5 people from your sphere every single day? Seems small, but those relationships, that's the foundation.
What about when you are doing all the right things, putting in the work, and it's still crickets? Like, what if you just feel like giving up?
The key is to trust the process, even when it's kicking your butt. Believe in yourself, believe in your goals, keep going.
Trust that those tough times, those so-called failures, they're shaping you, teaching you what you need to know for that breakthrough.
And remember, success isn't always what we think it'll be. Might not be the multi-million-dollar listing, the huge commission check, though those are nice. Could be finding that niche you're passionate about, becoming the expert everyone goes to. Could be building a reputation for honesty, for treating your clients like gold. Could be finding that work-life balance so you're thriving, not just surviving.
So many ways to define success. It's not just about the money. It's finding that fulfillment, making a real difference, building something you're proud of.
Exactly. It's a journey, not a destination. It's those challenges that make us stronger. Those setbacks, they teach us the lessons we need to learn. And we keep moving forward. We do it with purpose, with resilience. And remember, you've got a whole community out there, real estate folks who've walked this path. They're there to support you, to share what they've learned.
Mentors, coaching programs, those industry events, it's like a shortcut to avoiding all the common traps.
Oh, yeah. You're basically downloading their experience into your brain, the pricing strategies, how they negotiate, their whole marketing playbook. You're accelerating your learning curve like crazy.
Love that.
Yeah.
But just having that knowledge isn't enough, is it? It's got to translate into consistent action. That's the difference maker, wouldn't you say?
100%. That's step 4, the one that separates the dreamers from the doers. Those habits we talked about, making them non-negotiable. Consistent lead generation, nurturing your sphere, keeping your finger on the pulse of the market, even when you'd rather just chill.
It's that showing up, even when it's not fun or exciting. Putting in the work, knowing that those small actions, those seemingly insignificant things, they add up. That's how you build momentum.
Absolutely. But here's the thing. Even when you're doing all that, sometimes it still feels like nothing's happening. You're putting in the effort and not seeing the results.
Ugh. Yeah, that's the ultimate test. It really is about trusting the process, even when it feels like you're going uphill in the mud. That refusal to quit, that's what sets apart the good agents from the truly great.
And, success isn't one size fits all. You got to define what it means for you. Maybe it's financial freedom. Maybe it's building something that makes a difference. Maybe it's just finding work that lights you up inside.
That's so important. Having that vision for yourself, letting it guide you through the tough times.
So to all those agents out there feeling the pressure, questioning their path, carrying the weight of those failures, you're not alone. Every top agent has been through the ringer. It's part of the journey.
Embrace those challenges, learn from them, and don't stop moving forward.